is mid-December already, but I haven't stopped crafting, so I'm doing one more dollar store DIY video. Hey guys, this is Lindy. Welcome back to our channel where we share all of our DIY and home decor videos. Today I'm sharing some DIY holiday ornaments. I know that we're getting close to Christmas, but these DIYs are so easy. You can definitely pump them out before Christmas or just save them as inspiration for next year. So let's just jump right into it and get to some fun holiday ornament DIYs. So our first DIY today involves this linen that was a total score to find at the dollar store and these little wooden kids blocks. I started by pulling out a couple of the simple square boxes and then cutting a piece of my linen off to size it. I wanted to make a little gift ornament, and I took my inspiration from the Japanese practice of the fabric wrapped gifts, and I thought with this pretty linen I could probably make something really similar. So I started by cutting a large square of the linen that was at least 3 times bigger than the blocks that I had. And then I got some craft glue and glued those blocks together because I didn't want them to shift around as I wrapped the gift. Once that was set, I put the blocks in the middle with the linen shaped like a diamond, and I took one side and folded it under the blocks and then did the same with the opposite side. For the other 2 sides, I gently tucked in the edges and then folded them upward so that I could tie them at the top. Before I tied them, I also snuck my little ornament string in there and then tied it and added some greenery at the end. I was so happy with how these turned out. I have seen a lot of gift ornaments that I thought looked tacky, but I think these ones are super cute. Would definitely keep them on my tree. For my next DIY, I found some plastic shower curtain rings and some yarn at our local dollar store, and I'm just gonna make some mini wreaths for the tree. I cut about 5 arm lengths worth of yarn in each color, and that gave me plenty of extra to work with as well. And then I just started where the curtain rings clasped and slowly wound my yarn around the ring until it was completely covered. When I was done, I took the excess string and just glued it to the back right where you wouldn't see it and cut off the extra. You can decorate these guys any way you like with bells or ribbons. You'll notice that there's one raised part from where the clasp was, so in order to cover that up, I just glued some faux greenery onto the edge of all of my wreaths. Just a cute, simple design. I have made a few different dollar store wreaths over the years for my trees, and I keep coming back to them because they just always look good. And they look good as gift toppers and place settings too, so you just can't go wrong with a DIY wreath. For my next project, I'm going back to this set of kids blocks, but this time I'm pulling out the tall triangle pieces. I thought that these could make a really unique tree ornament, so I started by drilling some pilot holes into the top of the triangles, first at an angle because these triangles are an odd angle, and then straight down. Then I used a larger drill bit, large enough for my string, and drilled straight down in the same spot. I grabbed some little wooden blocks from the dollar store and used some wood glue to attach those to the bottom of my trees. I thought that centering those blocks in the middle actually made the whole thing feel a bit off balance, so instead I moved them a little bit closer to the straighter side, and I think that worked really well. And then I used some painter's tape just to hold them in place while the glue dried. And finally, I wanted these trees to have a wintry feel, so I stained them with a white linen stain. Again, I love how these guys turned out. I think it's just a modern take on a really traditional ornament. I love that I can still see the wood grain through them, but they're a nice minimal design and they really look great on the tree. I hope you guys are enjoying these DIYs. I still have my very favorite one coming, but I want to remind you quickly, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on the notifications because we have some awesome content coming in 2022 that you're not gonna wanna miss. This next project is definitely one of my favorites from this group, but also easily the most time consuming. This is a little wooden ornament from the dollar store, and I grabbed some Bristol board from the dollar store and started by tracing that little wooden ornament. I wanted to make some of those very Scandinavian looking 3D tree ornaments, and I didn't want to have to draw the trees out, so I traced this one a whole bunch of times on white and black Bristol board so that I could make a tree in each color. I needed 30 of these trees for one ornament, so cutting all these trees took a lot of time. I definitely would recommend cutting these or something similar on a Cricut or a Silhouette or some cutting machine if you have one, and that would make this process much faster. Once I had them all cut, I took some time to fold them in half and crease the middle of each tree. In order to get these to open the way I wanted to, I had to do a couple different rounds of gluing. I used a sponge to control exactly where the glue went, and on the first set of trees, I just put a dab of glue in the center of every tree that had been folded. Now you can see that those trees are stuck together right in the middle. Once the glue had set, I took a dab of glue and put it at the top and the bottom branch, I guess, and then attached the folded trees together. You can continue to do this and build up a little bundle of trees. When you open up that bundle, you can start to see how you're gonna get that little accordion effect when you have a whole bunch of them glued together. I found the easiest way to do this was to make 5 little bundles of 6 trees and then attach all of those little bundles together at the end. It's important to be cautious with the amount of glue you use because if glue seeps out, then you won't be able to open the tree properly and you won't get the same effect when you're all done gluing them together. I added a little row of glue to the inside so I could glue the string on. And then instead of gluing the 2 sides of the ornament together, I decided to just attach them with a paper clip so that I would be able to unwrap it when I put it away. If you like this idea but you're looking for a slightly simpler version, I did one of those as well. I just took 6 of those folded trees and put glue on all of the outside edges so that the entire tree was glued together. and again glued a piece of string along the inside edge so that I could hang it. Here's how my 3D paper trees turned out. I really love these ornaments, both the black one and the white one. I think they're so cute. I'm gonna probably try and make more next year using a cutting machine so I don't have to cut it all by hand, but it's definitely doable to cut them by hand and they look amazing on the tree. Even the simpler version I also love. I just think having some 3D elements brings a different texture and character to your tree. Really happy with how all these turned out. For the next project, I'm using this pack of wooden craft sticks. I've used the large ones for a previous home decor project, but this time I'm using just the little mini ones. I started by measuring out the pieces and cutting them on the scroll saw. I'm planning to make a cube with these, so I cut 4 pieces that were 2 inches long and 8 pieces that were just over 1.5 inches long. Since I'm spray painting these anyways, I just used craft glue to attach them, and then I added all of the upward pegs and Russell glued those together for me. Once the glue was set, I gave everything a coat of spray paint, and here's how they ended up looking. I'm so happy with these. I don't know what got me so into doing all these 3-dimensional elements this year, but I'm definitely happy with how these turned out and with the silver spray paint color that I use. I think it just looks really beautiful with the rest of the tree. For the next ornament, all I need is this velvet fabric that I got at the dollar store. My plan here was to step away from the 3D designs for a minute and do some flat ornaments and let the velvet really shine for itself. I chose to do a triangle, a circle, and a star shape, so I spent some time measuring out the triangle, tracing a circle, and also tracing a star, and I cut a front and a back for each shape in each color. Once I had all the pieces cut, I used my favorite fabric glue to attach them together. I used a brush to apply the glue because I didn't want there to be any like big clumps that seeped right through the fabric. And then I attached the string for the ornament in the middle and made sure the velvet was facing outward on both sides. These ornaments are really nice right now on their own, so you can leave them like that and skip this next step. But I wanted to give them a little bit more texture and character, so I stitched around the outside of all of the ornaments with just a small seam allowance, and I love the look that that stitch adds to the final piece. Once they were done, I just cleaned up the excess string and cut around the edges to make sure that the edges of the fabric were nice and even. Here's what the collection of velvet ornaments looked like when it was done. I'm so happy with this group of ornaments and the simple minimal shapes. I think it looks amazing. Definitely one of my favorite ornaments from this collection. I hope you guys liked that video. I hope you enjoyed some of those ornament DIYs. I know I'm really happy with how they all came out, and I was super excited to share them with you. If you have a favorite, please let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your favorite. And if you like this video, please give it a like and don't forget to hit that bell so you don't miss out on future DIY and home renovation videos. Thank you so much for watching.